In the electric haze of Hollywood, where dreams are spun into gold and heartbreak fuels headlines, Teyana Taylor was a storm cloaked in stardom, a goddess of rhythm and resilience, her every step a defiance of gravity. Yet, beneath her velvet voice and chiseled curves lay a heart stitched with scars, each one a testament to love's cruel betrayals. By June 2025, as her romance with Aaron Pierre set the world ablaze, Teyana stood at the edge of a precipice. Was this her redemption? A love to rewrite her story? Or was it a siren's call, luring her back into the flames of her past? The spotlight burned bright, but the shadows whispered secrets, and Teyana's dance with destiny was about to ignite. Teyana's life was a stage. Her every triumph and tear played out for millions. Born in Harlem on December 10th, 1990, to a single mother, she grew up in the shadow of absence. Her father's 13-year imprisonment left a void no lullaby could fill, wiring her soul for longing. When her mother's fiancé, a pillar of warmth, was gunned down when Teyana was 11, her world shattered. Men always leave, her young heart learned, etching a belief that love was a chase, a battle to hold on to those who slipped away. Her first love, NBA star Brandon Jennings, was a prince in a fairy tale she scripted herself. Engaged in 2010, Teyana, ever the romantic, waited 2 years before intimacy, determined to prove he was her forever. But in 2013, the dream imploded. Brandon's affair with her friend, video vixen Tay, splashed across blogs, a public humiliation that left Teyana reeling. "Don't embarrass me," she'd begged, but the betrayal was a knife, carving self-doubt into her bones. Then came Iman Shumpert, the NBA heartthrob with a smile that promised forever. Married in 2016, they built an empire, 2 daughters, Junie and Rue Rose, and a brand that dazzled on red carpets. But behind the Instagram perfection, darkness festered. Whispers of Iman's infidelity, leaked DMs, late-night club sightings haunted their marriage. Teyana, desperate to keep him, pushed boundaries, inviting third parties into their bedroom as she sang in her 2018 track Three-Way. It was a performance of openness, but beneath it, a cry. "If I give you everything, will you stay?" The answer was no. Iman's jealousy of her rising star, her Grammy nods, her viral choreography, cast a shadow. Teyana dimmed her light, shrinking her brilliance to soothe his ego, a pattern psychologists call mirroring. By 2020, her sparkle faded. Fans noticed her gaunt frame, her eyes hollow. Her brief retirement from music, announced with a weary "I'm overlooked," was more than industry fatigue. It was intimate fatigue, the emotional bankruptcy of giving until nothing remained. When she filed for divorce in 2023, court documents laid bare Iman's serial cheating, each revelation a fresh wound. Teyana, Superwoman was human after all. Her fire nearly snuffed out. Enter Aaron Pierre, the British actor whose quiet intensity and soulful gaze could unravel hearts. In February 2025, at the American Black Film Festival Honors, Teyana and Aaron were a vision, her in a crimson gown, him in tailored black, their laughter a melody that drowned out the crowd. By March, their black and white Oscars after-party photos, captioned, "No gray area," sent X into a frenzy. "This is love!" fans swooned, but skeptics whispered, "Is it too good to be true?" June 2025 was their crescendo. On June 4th, Teyana unleashed Long Time. Aaron starred as her savior, pulling her from a toxic lover's grip, played by a brooding Lakeith Stanfield. Their chemistry scorched the screen, his hands on her waist, her eyes locked on his, a kiss that lingered like a promise. "This ain't acting," one ex-user tweeted, and the internet agreed. June 2025 was their crescendo. On June 4th, Teyana unleashed Long Time, a single from her Escape Room album, its video a cinematic fever dream. Aaron starred as her savior, pulling her from a toxic lover's grip, played by a brooding Lakeith Stanfield. Their chemistry scorched the screen, his hands on her waist, her eyes locked on his, a kiss that lingered like a promise. "This ain't acting," one ex-user tweeted, and the internet agreed. Days later, at Aaron's surprise 31st birthday bash in a candlelit LA loft, Teyana played the doting queen. A TikTok captured them mid-kiss, her hands framing his face, his smile radiant. "Cheers to 31, she posted on Instagram, calling him Woody with a rose emoji. Aaron's reply, "Now and always. Thank you, Tay," was a vow that echoed across the globe. At the BET Awards on June 9th, Teyana owned the stage, her performance of Fire Girl and Long Time a battle cry of rebirth. Aaron, in the front row, watched like a man bewitched, their hand-in-hand exit a silent declaration: "We are unstoppable." Their collaboration on Escape Room, a visual album and short film set for August 2025, promised to immortalize their love. Teyana cast Aaron as her co-star, their story woven into every frame. To the world, they were a power couple reborn, their beauty and passion a middle finger to Teyana's past pain. SZA called them Lion and Lioness. Taraji P. Henson dubbed them Fire. And Keke Palmer gushed, "Y'all are giving life." But in the shadows, a storm was brewing. Hollywood loves a fairy tale, but it thrives on scandal. As Teyana and Aaron's star soared, rumors swirled like vultures. On X, a cryptic post sparked chaos. Aaron Pierre's too perfect. Bet he's hiding a wife somewhere. Reddit's r exploded with a blurry photo of Aaron at a supposed wedding. Whispers claiming he was married to a mystery white woman. His romance with Teyana a PR stunt to mask his double life. "It's giving cover-up," one user wrote, though no ring, no bride, no proof emerged. Fans rallied, dismissing it as jealousy, but the seed of doubt was planted. Then came the ghosts of Teyana's past. Blogs like The Shade Room ran wild with speculation that Iman Shumpert was seething, his pride wounded by Teyana's glow. Sources, unnamed of course, claimed he'd called her out in private, accusing her of turning their daughters against him. A leaked text, allegedly from Iman, surfaced on X. "You moved on quick, but don't play me in front of my kids." True or not, it fanned the flames, painting Teyana as a woman caught in a tug-of-war between past and present. The juiciest gossip targeted their love itself. Commenters on Essence and X whispered that Teyana and Aaron's romance was a marketing ploy for Escape Room. "She's branding love again," one sneered, pointing to her history with Iman, whose marriage she'd turned into music videos and red carpet moments. The Long Time video, the birthday kiss, the Oscars photos, were they raw passion or calculated moves? "Teyana's too smart not to know what she's doing," an ex-user posted, while another countered, "Let her love in peace." The most cutting rumor was Teyana's heart. At the Apollo Spring benefit, she'd called Aaron apple pie, her voice thick with adoration, but fans worried she'd fallen too fast, her devotion a rerun of old patterns. "She's chasing the high," one tweeted. But what happens when Aaron pulls an Iman? The fear was palpable. Was Aaron's quiet charm a mask for the same emotional unavailability she'd endured? Her past, Brandon's betrayal, Iman's cheating, loomed like a specter, threatening to sabotage her joy. Teyana's story was a house of mirrors, each reflection revealing a truth she'd tried to bury. Her childhood had taught her to love through absence, to cling to men who vanished. With Iman, she'd poured herself empty, believing sacrifice was the price of love. Now, with Aaron, the stakes were higher. His artistry, his depth, felt like salvation. But the speed of their bond, kisses on TikTok, vows on Instagram, a film to cement their love, echoed her past. Was she binding him to her through Escape Room, as she'd tried with Iman's three-way? Was she running from her wounds or straight into them? Psychologists call it repetition compulsion, the urge to replay trauma with new players, praying for a different end. Teyana's savior complex burned bright. She wanted to prove she could make love work, that Iman's failure wasn't her fault. But Aaron, for all his allure, was a question mark. His private nature, a stark contrast to Iman's flash, could be a haven, or a new kind of absence. The rumors of a secret wife, though baseless, gnawed at her. Late at night, as she scrolled X, did she wonder if history was repeating itself? The world saw a superwoman, But Teyana was a warrior with cracks in her armor. Her father's absence, her mother's fiance's death, Iman's betrayals, they'd wired her for chaos, for men who loved in waves. Yet in her music, she fought back. Long time was her battle cry, its lyrics. I've been waiting for a love that stays, a plea to the universe. Aaron's eyes, fixed on her at the BET Awards, seemed to answer, but love, she knew, was a gamble. In the eye of the storm, Teyana found her power. The rumors, the haters, the ghosts, they were loud, but her soul was louder. On the BET stage, her voice tore through the arena, a raw, unshackled force. Fire Girl was her anthem. Long time, her vow. Aaron, watching her shine, wasn't just a lover, he was a witness to her rebirth. Their escape room project wasn't just art, it was a manifesto, a chance to rewrite her story not as a victim, but as a creator. The drama swirled. Iman's alleged texts, Aaron's rumored secrets, the world's relentless gaze. But Teyana had a choice. She could chase the high of Aaron's love, folding him into her world as she'd done before, risking another fall. Or she could pause, breathe, and face the mirror. Therapy could unravel her past, teaching her that love doesn't demand sacrifice. Boundaries could guard her heart, proving she was enough alone. Time taken to heal could break the cycle her childhood had scripted. As she stood backstage at the BET Awards, Aaron's hand in hers, Teyana felt the weight of her journey. Hollywood might paint her as a drama queen, her love a soap opera for clicks, but Teyana was no pawn. She was a queen, her crown forged in pain and power. The whisper-s of scandal, the echoes of betrayal couldn't drown her out. This time, she'd write her own ending. Not for Aaron, not for Iman, but for herself. Would Teyana Taylor rise above the chaos, her love with Aaron a beacon of truth? Or would the shadows of her past pull her under? Another chapter in a saga of heartbreak. The spotlight burned, the world watched, but Teyana held the pen. Her next move would be her loudest song yet, a melody of fire, freedom, and a love that finally stayed.